Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. This is your chemistry teacher Farzana Nazir. Today we are going to start new chapter 6, that is of solutions. Today we are going to study about solution. We are going to discuss component of solutions. We are going to study unsaturated solution, saturated solution and supersaturated solution. After going through today's lecture, students will be able to define the term solution, aqueous solution, solute, solvent and give an example of each. They can easily differentiate between unsaturated solution, saturated solution and supersaturated solution. Students, can you guess what is common among air, milk, soil and brass? They are all mixtures. Air is a mixture of nitrogen, oxygen and many other gases. Milk is a mixture of fat, protein, carbohydrates like lactose. Similarly, soil is a mixture of many things and brass is a mixture of copper and zinc. Most of the substances we come across in our daily life are mixtures of two or more pure substances. We know mixture is not a chemical compound. In all of these examples, the different components in the mixture are not chemically combined. That is, they do not chemically react with each other to form compound. There is one interesting characteristic of mixture, that is, its properties depend upon the proportion of different components in it. In front of you, there are 3 glasses of water. In one of them, we have added mud. In the other, we have added salt. And in the third, we have added sugar. Can you identify which glass has which mixture just by looking at them? Yes, you can easily identify the muddy water, but what about the other two? We can't differentiate between the other two as both the mixture look like water. This is because in these two cases we can't see the dissolved salt and sugar particles with naked eye. The salt and sugar particles are uniformly distributed in water, whereas in glass with mud in water we can easily see the mud particles suspended and settled in the glass. So we can see that there are two kinds of mixtures. In the first mixture, its composition is not uniform and its components are in different phases, that you can see the components separately. So this type of mixture in which has non-uniform composition and varying properties is called heterogeneous mixture. And in the second and third mixture, their composition is uniform throughout and its components are in the single phase. That is, we cannot separately see the individual components. So this type of mixture in which its composition and properties are uniform throughout is called homogeneous mixture. These type of homogeneous mixtures are called solutions. That is, a solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more components. Here is a mixture of salt in water, the mixture of sugar in water and steel. All are solution. But wait, You may think the solutions are always in liquid state, but here we have mentioned that steel is a solution. Yes, solutions are need not to be always in the liquid state. They can be in any three states of matter, that is gas, liquid or solid. For example, air is a mixture of nitrogen, oxygen and other gases. Another one is carbon dioxide in the soft drink where gas is dissolved in liquid. So, the solution can be in any three states of matter. The solution, like sugar in water, has two components. The two components of solutions are solute and solvent. Solute is a substance that dissolves in solution. It is usually present in small amount. In this mixture of sugar in water, sugar is solute because sugar is dissolved in water and usually taken in small amount. Second component of solution is solvent. Solvent is a substance that dissolves a solute. It is usually present in greater amount. The solvent in the above solution is water because water dissolves sugar and it is present in greater amount. Aqueous solution. A solution in which water is solvent is called an aqueous solution. The word aqueous is derived from a Latin word aqua, meaning water. In our daily life, we come across different type of aqueous solutions. Some common examples of aqueous solution are sugar in water, salt in water, copper sulfate dissolved in water. Aqueous solutions are frequently used to dispense substances such as medicines. There are three types of solution: saturated solution, unsaturated solution and supersaturated solution. Now let us perform an activity to understand the three types of solution. Here's an experiment about the three types of solutions based on the amount of dissolved solute in solvent. Take sugar in a beaker. Take 100 gram of water in another beaker. Add a teaspoon of sugar in it. Stir it. The sugar will dissolve. This is an unsaturated solution. A solution that contains less solute than the maximum amount of the solvent can dissolve at a given temperature is called unsaturated solution. It is lighter in color. Go on adding sugar in the above solution till it starts settling down at the bottom of the beaker. This is the saturated solution, a solution that contains the maximum amount of solute dissolved by a given amount of solvent. This solution is intermediate in color. Now heat the solution, stir it, add more sugar in it. It will dissolve. Go on adding more sugar and stir it. A stage will come when no more sugar will dissolve and will start settling down at the bottom of the beaker. This solution is called supersaturated solution. A solution that contains more solute than the maximum amount of solvent can dissolve at a given temperature. It is darker in color. It has an excess solid which can no longer dissolve. A supersaturated solution is not stable in the presence of crystals of solute. If you add a crystal of sodium thiosulfate to a supersaturated solution of sodium thiosulfate, crystallization will start. When crystallization has finished, you will have a saturated solution in the presence of sodium thiosulfate crystals. Figure shows the crystallization from a supersaturated solution of sodium thiosulfate. Students, a question may arise in our mind that how to know whether a solution is saturated or supersaturated. If you add a crystal of sodium thiosulfate to a saturated solution, it will simply drop to the bottom. No more solute is able to dissolve. But if you add a crystal of sodium thiosulfate to a supersaturated solution of sodium thiosulfate, crystallization will start. The maximum amount of sodium acetate that dissolves in 100 grams of water at 0 degree centigrade is 119 grams and 170 grams at 100 degree centigrade. If you add 170 grams of sodium acetate in 100 grams of water at 0 degree centigrade, how much will dissolve? As you know, for a saturated solution, the maximum amount of solute, that is sodium acetate, that can be dissolved is 119 grams. So, only 119 grams of sodium acetate will dissolve. Is the solution saturated, unsaturated, or supersaturated? Since the amount of solute dissolved is 170 grams of sodium acetate, therefore only 119 grams of sodium acetate will dissolve, while the remaining amount will settle at the bottom of the beaker and the solution becomes saturated. If the solution is heated to 100 degree centigrade, is the solution now saturated, unsaturated, or supersaturated? As you already know that when a solution is heated to 100 degree centigrade, more amount of solute will dissolve. At 100 degree centigrade, all the 170 grams of sodium acetate will be in the dissolved form. So the solution is unsaturated at 100 degree centigrade. If the solution is cooled back to 0 degree centigrade and no crystals appear in the solution, then the solution is saturated, unsaturated, or supersaturated. Answer is solution is supersaturated because at 0 degree centigrade maximum amount of solute has been dissolved in solvent. Students, now let us have a review what we have studied today. A solution is a homogeneous mixture of substances that has uniform composition throughout. A solution in which water is solvent is called aqueous solution. A solution which can dissolve more of the solute at a given temperature is called an unsaturated solution. A solution in which maximum amount of solute has been dissolved at a particular temperature is called saturated solution. A solution that contains more of the solute than it contained in the saturated solution is called supersaturated solution. Now, at the end of today's lesson, I am going to give you some questions which are related to today's topic. Question number 1. A 10 grams of solid solute is placed in 100 grams of water at 20 degrees centigrade and all of it dissolves. Then another 4 grams of the solute is added at 20 degrees centigrade and all of it dissolves. Question number 1. Is the first solution saturated, unsaturated or supersaturated? Question number 2. Is it possible to tell from the information that the final solution is saturated or unsaturated? Question number 2. What should you do to change a saturated solution to an unsaturated solution and an unsaturated solution to a saturated solution?